Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Saturday, September 16th, 2023. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with WWE Smackdown, broadcast live last night on Fox from the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. The show featured the return of The Rock to WWE television, appearing in the opening segment to confront Austin Theory alongside Pat McAfee, who was also making his TV return.
This is the People Show. And you know what that means?
The segment ended with The Rock delivering a rock bottom to Theory and both Rock and McAfee giving him the people's elbow.
Oh, Theory went after The Rock! How brave, how bold! How stupid may that be? Oh, and Rock with a spine buster! And here it comes! Here it comes! Get out of there, Theory! Are you ready? It's been a long time! Experience it! The most electrifying move in all of entertainment! The People's Elbow!
John Cena also made another WWE appearance on the show as the guest on the Grayson Waller effect during the final segment. Cena was interrupted by Jimmy Uso, who then joined Solo Sikoa in a double-team beating on Cena until AJ Styles stormed the ring and made the save. Styles had gone down in defeat earlier in the night to Finn Balor, thanks in part to a distraction from Jimmy Uso. In other results, LA Knight pinned The Miz, Asuka defeated Bayley, and the Street Profits defeated Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza of the LWO. AEW presented Rampage last night on TNT, featuring matches taped last Wednesday night at the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati. In the main event, Chris Statlander successfully defended the TBS Championship against the woman she won it from, Jade Cargill, in what appears to be Cargill's final AEW appearance. Statlander and Cargill embraced after the match.
Back and forth battle, but Chris Statlander leaves no doubt. She has definitely earned that TBS champion, and she can hold her head high, knowing that she is the better woman tonight.
Absolutely, and it looks like Chris Statlander has Jade Cargill's number, and that number is 2. 2 defeats as Jade with the big hump here.
Tremendous show of respect and sportsmanship by Jade Cargill and the TBS champion Chris Statlander. Statlander handing Jade her second career defeat and leaving, no question, no doubt about it, Chris Statlander is the TBS champion.
The opener saw the Lucha Brothers and the Hardy Boys upend the team of Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, The Butcher, and The Blade. AEW World Trios champions The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn beat Peter Avalon and the Outrunners. After the match, the champions were challenged by the Dark Order to a match on tonight's edition of Collision. Also on the show, The Kingdom beat Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal, and Aussie Open defeated the Lordy Crew and Damian Chambers. In WWE corporate news, widespread corporate layoffs within WWE took place yesterday, with one PW Insider report estimating 40 to 50 employees released and possibly even more. The releases include 3 key executives: Executive Vice President of Development and Digital, Jamie Horowitz, Director of Enterprise Master Data and Governance, Amanda Bloom, and Executive Vice President and Head of Marketing, Catherine Newman. Bloom, in particular, had been with the company for 8 years, and her departure is seen as a major one as she oversaw a total overhaul in WWE's handling of metadata analytics, including the management of the migration of WWE's entire content library from WWE Network to Peacock in 2021. Also named among the releases were Vice President of International and Platform Strategy Andrew Levine, Brand Director Kimberly Kirkgard, and affiliate marketing manager Saverio Bergina, who had been with the company since 2005. Particularly hard-hit departments reportedly include marketing, live events, WWE Network, and podcasting. The releases come in the wake of WWE's finalized acquisition this week by Endeavor Group Holdings and merger with UFC under the new TKO Group Corporate banner. In injury news, Wheeler Yuta has been ruled medically unclear to compete according to an announcement pertaining to an independent show at which he had been scheduled to wrestle. Lehigh Valley Apparel Creations made the announcement yesterday, pulling Yuta from its scheduled Steel Stack Smackdown 2 event in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where he was originally booked as part of a 10-man tag team match. Yuta was described as being injured, although the nature of the injury was not made known. He last wrestled at AEW All Out on September 3rd. And in more AEW news, the company has announced that longtime Memphis wrestling announcer Dave Brown will be a guest commentator when AEW Collision comes to the FedEx Forum in Memphis on Saturday, October 21st. Brown was the regular TV commentator for the local weekly wrestling broadcast in Memphis on WMC-TV Channel 5 for more than 30 years, the majority of that time alongside his longtime broadcast partner Lance Russell. The October 21st show at the FedEx Forum marks AEW's debut in Memphis. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.